What are you doing? Get out.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Screenshots, a drinking game movie podcast in which each player writes down 5 secret words pertaining to the content being reviewed. And if another player says one of their words, you will hear this ding, which means they have to take a shot. If you want to play along, you can find the full set of rules in the description. Otherwise, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the 14th episode of Screenshots. My name's Mark Rubino. This is Johnny Cruz and special guest Amanda Kenberg. Guys, Reminiscence. I wanted to say Renaissance. I don't know why. Reminiscence. Johnny, what's it making?
Let me just say,
Okay.
I have no idea what happened in the first 30 minutes of this movie. Because the first 30 minutes is how long Mark took to get settled into his fucking seat.
Oh.
I swear, if you're here, this is what literally this is what I hear during the movie. For people listening, it was this. Ching, king, keys. And then on the video, it was him going, pulling his fucking pants out and shit like that. It was driving me insane. I'm like, how many times do you have to adjust your shit?
My fucking seat, the leather in it was riding up my ass for some reason. It was. All right, whatever.
Dude, I put my stuff down in 2 seconds. I'm watching the movie. Anyway, so the budget is $68 million.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And one of the reasons I urged us to go see it in theaters because I wanted to support an original concept movie that's big budget and stuff like that because you don't see a lot of those these days. So, it's $68 million budget. It was projected for. What the fuck was it projected for? Let me see this right here.
Oh my gosh, what are you doing?
No, so okay, so it was why can't I see it? All right, it was projected to. Oh, here we go. $3 to $8 million. The $68 million. Hopefully, it makes more than that. It's in the total domestic range on Box Office Pro. It's ranged to get its total run domestically $8 to $25 million. Hopefully, it makes way more than that.
I feel like it would.
Oh, by the way, we're spoiler free. I always forget to say that. We're spoiler free for like
first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's weird that they would. Isn't that really low to aim for?
Well, that's the projections. It's not like the studio's wishes because if it was, then it'd be like, 100 million. But that's just based on off the buzz and stuff like that. So hopefully, it makes more than that. What did you guys think about the movie?
Well, what was the genre?
Techno noir sci-fi romance. You asshole.
You
That was a leading question, you son of a bitch.
You've done it too. You've done it too.
You can't
take a shot.
You can't ask any questions in the Reminiscence machine.
Take a shot, huh?
Welcome back.
Give me alcohol, bitch.
Yeah.
Which one do you want?
I don't care.
Give him
bitch.
one. Give him anything.
When I get angry, I start calling people bitch.
Bitch. It was romance. You
gold
said.
one.
Oh, the gold one.
What was I gonna
Did
say?
you try it
though?
yet?
No, I haven't.
I actually did want to know the
Wait, what'd
genre
you say?
though. Romance. I actually did want to know the genre though because the noir was really good for it being like the only noir I've ever seen was actual noir films from how like with
Be honest. First,
what's his name? George no Orwell,
What are you
whatever.
talking about? Orwell was the author.
Yeah,
What are
no,
you
like
talking
I'm
about?
saying like that's or who's not Orwell then.
What are you talking about?
The only noir films I've ever seen are like back when noir was like the thing. Like
Like
that,
in the 40s and 50s?
yes, thank you. So it was really cool to see like
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles. Oh my gosh, thank you.
George Orwell.
Yeah, what the hell?
You've done that before.
I've done it so many times.
First shot down the hedge.
Beautiful. I like seeing a modern noir film that take place in the future. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And now
Like Blade Runner.
I've never seen Blade Runner,
I mean,
so I don't really have anything to compare it to. But it kind of dragged in the beginning, but I expected that because that's the type of movie it is. But it's a mystery, and
As noirs are.
And I knew that just give it some time and you're really gonna enjoy this. And although Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, I really shit.
Idiot. Give me your arm. That's the thing about this. Sometimes we're so good at getting people now that we just hinders the conversation.
Fuck. Okay, that one is bad. So I know he's Wolverine, but I saw him as Nick, the character from this. He's so good in this. And one thing I want to say before we move on to, because I want to hear what Amanda thinks. Does Hugh Jackman actually have a limp because I've seen him limp in other movies.
I was gonna say maybe he does because I was wondering why that's a thing in this movie.
Yeah, I think he actually
I don't know,
has
man,
a limp
'cause
in real life.
when he's training for Wolverine and stuff, he's like deadlifting 500 pounds.
I know, but he has a limp in Wolverine too. And
He
Logan,
could have an uneven
in Logan,
pelvis.
I'm pretty sure he had a limp in Logan.
Oh,
but
maybe you're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't-
'cause I was watching him go
yeah.
up the stairs and I was like, or down the hallway or something. I was like, why does he have a limp?
I mean, he's a tall guy, so he could
Is
just
he?
grow. He's like 6'4". He's
oh,
like really
I thought
tall.
he was short.
He's supposed to be to play Wolverine, but no, he's actually really tall.
He's like 6'1", yeah.
6'1".
Mm.
So he just grew like improperly, and years and years of lifting like that, and he had
Fucked up.
cancer too. So like, who fucking knows?
His
Wow.
nose.
His nose,
He had nose cancer. He
his
had
skin
in
cancer.
his
I don't
nose.
know. Like I don't know what he did or
Nose
did not.
cancer.
Whatever.
Nose cancer.
But nose
Who
cancer.
knows?
But I don't know. I thought he might have had a limp. What do you think though about the whole movie?
I thought it was good. It's not something that I would typically watch, but it's good.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's kind of like the Green Knight, where
it
I was
took
like,
me. Those are completely different, though. I feel like I'd watch this again before, or I'd watch The Green Knight again before I'd watch this.
well, the reason I said is because it's kind of like the Green Knight, where I was introduced to something that I wouldn't watch on my own,
Yeah.
and this is another one of those things where like I'd watch this by accident, like on HBO when I was 11,
Yeah.
like and not to give Johnny too much credit, but he's getting me to see a lot of movies I wouldn't normally see, and I think that's really cool. So I
He's
like.
he's like, what movies would be best for
I always ask
the
you.
pod for people
you're-
to
well, you're the
see?
fucking
and I'm always
co-host.
trying to shoehorn in those movies that I want to see and not like the big like. But I would disagree. I on the noir thing. I think that was the weakest part about it. It just felt like it was trying too hard to be a.
No, I
noir.
agree with
Like,
that.
oh, this woman, she's a mysterious woman.
I-
Like,
Yeah.
yes, okay,
Yeah.
we get a lady from Shanghai. We get like but but there was other aspects of it that actually worked. Like, when I saw the trailers, I was like, looks whatever. It looks like rip off Christopher Nolan. But it was Lisa Joy. Lisa Joy is actually the sister-in-law of Christopher Nolan. I think she's married to his brother,
Really?
Jonathan Nolan. They did Westworld. So, but there was other aspects like the memory machine. I was like, oh, they're gonna do memory shit. But they actually used.
Fuck. Memory.
Damn it! That was one of my words. Why did I say it?
Ah!
Fuck.
Finish your thought.
Anyway, but they actually use that pretty well, and I like how it's basically like I don't really the story. It's like sort of like like in Tenet. It's a story you've seen 1,000 times. Like in Tenet, the story. Actually,
I just watched it the other day.
Yeah, be careful. I didn't see it yet.
All right, but I'll talk about that in spoilers. But in the second half, I was like, in the first half, I was like, all right, this is whatever. But in the second half, I really enjoyed the second half a
Yeah,
lot.
me
better.
too.
Oh, of
I was
course.
the same
my
way.
Yeah.
God. It got so good near the end.
Yeah.
The other thing you're saying, I do agree with they were trying too hard with the noir, but I was coming from me never seeing a modern noir before.
Because it was
And
coming off a little cringy.
It was interesting.
A
Like
little
when Hugh Jackman was narrating, I was like, oh, okay, that's what they're doing here.
bit. Yeah.
No, try this. Try
I
this.
did already.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Give me the New Amsterdam.
You'd
damn
rather
it.
drink that than this?
Give me it, God Amsterdam it.
But
Give me the hamster.
I enjoyed it. I mean, like I never really see mysteries. Like I can't remember the last time I watched
Yeah,
a
me
mystery movie.
So wait, to sum up,
God, that I feel like I kind of just did. My whole thing was summing up. But
how do you feel about it?
you want to go into ratings? I mean, like we've got like
yeah, right, that's what I meant.
we got 4 minutes left, I think. So we'll fill that up. Okay, so if I could rate it, I kind of got to rate it in different ways. I'm gonna say that the mystery, I'm actually gonna give a 5 because I figured it out
10?
out of 10. Whoa, wait, how are we rating this? Go ahead.
Oh
give
yeah,
us-
we're out of how many reminiscence would you give it out of 10 reminiscences?
I would give it.
out of 10,
I would give
out of 10 and 10 reminiscences.
out of 5 reminiscences. I would give it out of 10.
Out of 10.
I
out
would-
of 10 reminiscences.
I would give it 5 for the mystery aspect.
Yeah.
Because I figured out the entire thing basically at the beginning, and I'll explain that in spoiler review.
Marcus movies in the first.
Shut up. I figured out a lot of it like immediately. So the mystery is like whatever, and nothing really surprised me. So I give the mystery a 5. I give the romance a 6.5 because it was convincing. But I feel like it wasn't very respectable, but it was convincing that it was true. But then the overall story, like from beginning to end, I would give an 8. So 5, 6.5, and 8 for all those 3 things. I have to split it up because
that averages out to like a 6 point.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sixes.
because it's too much.
6.8. How about that?
Okay,
6.8 out of
6.8.
10.
It's too much for me to
So did
put into
you?
one.
You thought it was okay, or did you like it?
I liked it enough to recommend it to somebody who would be into this. I wouldn't recommend it to somebody who isn't into this kind of stuff. Like, you know when you see, like, Memento or something, you're like, bro, fucking watch that movie.
Right.
I wouldn't do that for this. But if I knew someone was into stuff like this, I'd recommend it.
All right, good. Also, dang it, because you said liked.
That's like bull.
I waited. Yeah, but I waited until you were done with your thoughts.
Thank you. You're right. You're right. Holy shit.
Oh, you.
Look at this.
You're
Look at
so
this.
lucky.
Look what you did.
It slipped out of my hand.
Look what you did. My skin
We got
is
him
raised.
good last time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenna. It was Jenna.
Yeah, Jenna killed me.
What's your rating, Amanda?
That's funny.
What is it out of 10?
Reminiscences.
10 nemesis.
Okay, out of 10 Evanescences.
I feel like fucking
Evanescence.
Finding Nemo trying to say his home.
It sounds like
Anemone.
Evanescence to me. I don't know. I'll give it like a 7. Like, I wouldn't watch it again, but
You wouldn't watch it
No.
again. Huh.
It drags a little bit too much in the beginning
Yeah.
to be rewatchable. I would say I would give it a.
Get a little bit closer to the mic.
I would say I'd give it a 7-nicence out of 10-nicence. 7-nicence. I thought it was. First I really liked immediately in the first shot. Even though I kind of was like, oh, they're doing this thing, with the big shot. But I liked how as soon as you saw the city, you're like, oh, they have fucking the boats. That's how they get around the streets.
Yeah, that
I
was
that's
cool.
Fantastic.
I like that.
I really like that. I would have liked to see it better. I think overall, I liked it. I would say it's a soft good, but I would like to see this world with a different story.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I liked how the story wrapped up.
You know what it reminded me
Maybe
of?
if they went into if they ever did a sequel, maybe it was like a different business from that time.
I don't know. They make a sequel of this.
Yeah,
no, they
I know
or
what
you know what I
mean,
mean,
though.
like a spin-off of it. Or
I would like
whatever.
to see just people hanging out on the streets, like in the boats and shit
Yeah.
like that. Like do something with that.
There's a lot of shit that can be done with a world like that. You know something I saw, which definitely isn't true, but when they walked into one of the rooms where they do the reminiscences, actually, I'll say it in spoiler review, which we're going into in like a couple seconds. You guys, anything else to say before we move on?
Nope.
Hold on.
Yeah, no, go fine.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Spoilers.
Sabretooth. Storm. What do they call you? Wheels? This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
When they walk in to the room where they do the memory stuff, it literally looked like they reused the room from Total Recall. Like, I was like, is that the same exact room from the
original Total
remake?
Recall?
No,
Or
the
I've never
remake.
seen the remake.
It looks just like and then all of a sudden they get into a memory machine. I'm like, okay, it's
I've never seen Total Recalls.
the remake is actually
either of
really
them.
good.
Yeah, I mean,
I heard it was terrible.
I think compared to the original, it's actually really good. But
Let's see if Mark knows his stuff since he gets movies in the first try. What did water symbolize in the movie?
Yeah, take a shot. It symbolized the vodka. Go ahead, drink.
I thought I had him.
that clear liquid. thing.
Drink.
Fuck. I thought I had him, ladies and
What do you even have me?
I thought I was gonna put you on the spot. It symbolized, just like the human condition or whatever.
Shut the
fucking
fuck up.
bullshit comes
Shut
out
the
of your
fuck
mouth.
up.
Also, I think it is pouring outside. I heard it.
Is it?
I
I
think.
left my sunroof open.
Shut up.
Are you serious?
I'm-
Do you even have a sunroof?
I
Anyway,
left it open actually before, and that's why my seats.
no.
were
What I caught was that like when she came in
fucking getting a quarter.
and
I gotta drive, son of a bitch.
so actually let's do the recap if we can. Is
Alright.
there an easy way to do a recap of this entire movie?
Yeah, just do a recap. Yeah. So how about this? I'll do the recap if you don't call me for any words. I'll volunteer to do the talking.
We'll have recap be a safe space.
Okay, so basically, it's Hugh Jackman in the future. All the coastlines are flooded. They're living in a water city, and his business is that people pay him to go back and relive their best memories and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, this woman walks in, and she's like, "I lost my shit. I lost my kids. I gotta find." And then he falls in love with this woman, and then we see them fall in love, and all of a sudden, wait a minute, no, you're looking at him reminiscing about his memory with this woman.
Explain what the reminiscing is. So you go into a machine. And
Yeah, they go into a machine.
Yeah, okay.
And that's why I said
Relive
that.
Okay, you said that.
memories.
Yeah.
So, but they, and then you find out, like in a good twist, that he's been in the machine for the first 30 minutes, and I like that. But then all of a sudden, she disappeared. We find out that she's disappeared. He's obsessed with her, and then he finds a lead, and then Danny Newton's like, "You can't do this. Stop!" And he's like, "I'm going to do it," because then the movie would be over. So he has to find her. He has to find to learn. He fights after she disappears. He fights to learn the truth about her.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Get out! Huh?
We're recording.
Yeah, you want to be on TV?
TV.
If we're not,
Amanda's grounded.
for
Turn
those
around.
for those listening,
No.
for those listening, one of Mark's dads just walked in
One.
because he's a gaming.
All right,
He's a
Thanks
little
for
bit
telling
of.
me I could turn around.
Mark's dads are they're how do you do's.
finish the fucking.
I did.
Okay, so here's the thing. When I was
Oh, yeah, I
watching
didn't take it.
when I was watching the movie, I knew as soon as she walked in saying I can't find my keys. I'm like, oh, this is it. This is the inciting event. Something's about to happen.
Well, yeah.
And
That's how it works.
and then though, how I knew she was a the antagonist, at least in the beginning, was when she left her earrings. I'm like, oh, so she planned this from the start. Like she wanted him to find her, and she needs him for something. Like I knew that wasn't an accident.
I had a weird inkling from her, like from the start, even in his memory. I was like, I don't know about this person.
Yeah.
So I knew she was gonna be the antagonist. But what I didn't expect was I didn't expect her to end up being good. Actually, I actually didn't expect
me neither.
that. But it wasn't that big of a reveal. Like,
And it wasn't
Right.
that good. Like out of all the
Well,
shit that she did.
That's I was gonna say before, like, shit.
go ahead, eat
I
the
was
mic.
I was gonna say before.
Push it out a little
What are you
bit.
talking about?
Like push the mic this way a little bit, cause you like to talk looking at your notebook. Just push it.
That's fine. So,
Okay.
but like it with Tenet, right?
Yeah.
You had a story in which the premise you have to tell the story in a way that's never been told before, using time. You know, like
Yeah.
so you saw it in a very unique way. You never saw it that made your mind think in ways that hadn't thought before. But the story is basically we gotta this guy he wants to destroy the world. We gotta stop it. We gotta do this. It's basically like a generic action movie, but it's told for the most part. There's some stuff that does good, but it's told in a very interesting way. And that was sort of like this. You've seen this 100 times. Like, oh, this woman falls in love, and she goes, "Well, no, at first it was just this, but then it felt different." She falls in love. You've seen this in the war, this mysterious woman, and then she ends, whatever. And you've seen it 1,000 times, but the way it told the story, less so than Tenet, but it still does it very well through this machine. I thought was very strong. Like for example, like in the second half, a lot of the plot unfolds with Cliff Curtis's character. Clythe or Scythe or whatever. What was his name?
I don't know.
It was something. I don't know. Whatever.
Doug-
Cyrus. It was Cyrus.
Okay.
And with his character and his interaction with Rebecca Ferguson, the way that plays out, it's playing out like a movie, but you're like it's playing out in the plot points of the movie, but you're seeing it in a way you're like, oh wait, we're still in the memories right now. Like,
Yeah,
this
that
is
was
a movie.
cool.
So-
That was cool.
But I think the strongest moment in the whole movie that I was like, that's fantastic, is when I realized, oh, this has been fantastic for like the last 20 minutes, is the scene where she starts talking to him knowing that he's going to look
Yeah.
at her.
Yeah.
And they're
Oh,
talking
my
shit. I was
heart
like,
broke when I
oh my
saw
God, that's
that.
so
My
good. They
heart
nailed
broke.
it. Lisa Joy nailed it.
Oh my god! It actually reminded me of a video game because they did that in a video game, Assassin's Creed. It was like-
Oh, yeah, out without.
yeah.
Desmond, I know you.
Ezio
I know
said
you.
that. Ezio
Yeah,
was
he
like-
goes, Desmond, I know you're listening. I don't know how, but I know you're listening. He's
Yeah.
like, oh shit, he's talking to me.
But that like broke my heart. That
Yeah,
was
so good.
that was great, and I thought it was cool how they showed what was his name, the bad cop.
Cyrus.
Yeah,
Played by Cliff Curtis.
I think it's
who's
cool how they
very
showed
good.
Cyrus like, oh my gosh, she's in love with me. He started crying too.
Yeah.
But then he's like, who the fuck is Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was so cool, and I do like how they explained the hologram. It was just what are those? They were just wires that like collected the projector's light and made it look like a hologram.
Right.
I thought that was cool. Like when he was moving past, I was like, oh, there's a word for what those are. I can't remember what it is, but
You know what's funny though? I thought that like the production, I really like the world, but I thought the production design was really weird. Like he has this super high tech machine that can like recreate memories in a hologram, right? And this fancy booth with this fancy hat that looks really cool when you put it on. Like
Yeah.
the things kind of open. But then it's like to turn it on, it's just this big giant switch.
Yeah.
well, that's just the power. I think that's just like how you turn the building's power on.
But still,
Yeah, it's
why
like
why wouldn't it
archaic.
just be like a nice sleek button
Yeah.
Click.
instead of like quack
Or like
crank?
computer turn on.
Right.
Like, yeah. I
But-
guess so.
But,
It was. I always find it interesting about movies with like the premise about like the city is sinking, right? Where it's like how much like
Name 2 other movies where that's the premise.
artificial intelligence,
Okay. That's not the
and
premise, but that
it's not the
happens.
premise, but it's in there,
Very
and
good. One more.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I know I can see it in my head, but I
It's
don't know
not
if I'm
the
gonna be able
movie
to say it.
2012, but it's like it. I forgot.
Waterworld.
Waterworld.
Do they have a city in Waterworld?
No, it's just all water.
Yeah, it's all water. Anyway, I always think about like civil engineers and how like every single like 5 years they have to reroute like the power grid to another level and how annoying that must be. But I think it's funny because I'm like, oh geez, we're losing. We can't pay rent, and eventually we're gonna be underwater. It's like you couldn't have made your business on land
Yeah.
or on the top of this building.
It's like that lady in the middle of the fucking water, just
Yeah,
like living
she's
her
just
best life.
chilling. I don't know who.
Oh yeah,
She just probably just fishes all day.
Yeah.
She probably has scurvy because there's
Yeah.
no fucking plants out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
She probably makes a trip to like the actual place to get like
Yeah,
food
probably,
like
I mean,
once a
it's- yeah,
month.
you're probably
Remember
right.
Has her own boat.
when he was like, do you have a boyfriend? She's like, oh, that guy. He's like, answer the question.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus
Oh,
Christ,
this is how he
man.
picks up the ladies.
Answer the question.
He goes, think out the best kiss you ever, and then he smooches them. I thought he was gonna do that.
But that was so he like stood up and said, answer the question. That
I-
was so funny.
Can I say,
Of course you can.
what do you call? I really enjoy. Even I thought the ending went on for a little bit too long. Like there was too many scenes
Yes.
being like, oh,
Yes.
look at all those profound words we're saying. But I liked how they went back that I didn't see coming because like I didn't whatever. Is when he goes, oh, just end in the middle. End the happy like if the happiness is in the middle. If there's no happy endings, just end it in the middle,
Uh-huh.
and it ends with him in the middle of his life with her when they're happy.
Oh, was that like you think that's the midpoint of the movie when they have that scene?
It's not the midpoint,
Yeah,
but it's somewhere in the middle along where he.
Yes, but remember when we first saw that memory of them on the?
Yeah, it was near the beginning.
It was near the beginning.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but the whole thing that they did
I understand what you're
is
saying. Yeah.
they started it, ended it, and they went back to the middle where they were generally happy chronologically. But
Yeah, I thought it was cool. What I didn't like though, I think it would have been perfect if they just cut out the scene where it's like, "Do you miss him, Grandma?" Like
Yeah.
I could do
dude, that
without-
was weird.
I was
I
like,
could-
where the fuck did
So-
she come from? And she didn't even look old. Just her hair.
Yeah, I
looked
could do
gray.
without that. And so the city didn't flood either,
Well,
right?
but here's the thing. So if
You're
they
still in
were
the same
all
place.
old, was he in there? Like I don't know. Was he
Yes.
in there all the time?
That was his prison sentence.
That was his prison.
Yeah.
That's his
Weird.
prison sentence.
He said I don't get to walk, but I did get to choose my I guess sentence.
Right. So why wouldn't his prison sentence be like, hey, you're gonna be in jail for 60 years,
He just
but
relives the
once a
moments
week
that
you
he
can
can't
go
have.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that'd be fucking awesome.
It'd be, yeah.
Hey, so what was that building? Was that like a place where people go instead of dying or something? Like they put them in a cryopod and they just relive.
Yeah,
What- I
yeah.
didn't
Like
know
I
what was
guess they
going
have
on
like
there.
dementia or something. They have no quality of life. So before their heart gives out or whatever, they're like, all right, you can't pay for a home for your dying
Right.
father to go into. So put him in this.
And I'm like, what if there's a power outage? They'll just fucking croak. Can I say one of the things that, like when I saw the trailer, I was like, this looks cool, but it looks like it's gonna be like a muddled, it's gonna get like mixed reviews or whatever. For some
Yeah.
reason, I'm good at that. I just have to start writing it down because when I say that without proof, I just feel like an asshole. But one of the things that I've learned is that when you have a lot of like talking, like there's a line in the recent girl and the girl with the dragon tattoo movie, the girl in the spider web. Whenever there's a line in a movie like this, when they're doing like this thing where they're like whispering, talking, like, why do spiders always get trapped in their own webs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. They do that like for the first half of this movie. It's just Rebecca Ferguson going, like, what does she say? Like, but what if the past haunts you and not us? Like they do that all the time. It's all of, like that delivery. And
Yeah.
I'm like, why? How come when movies do that, it's not good?
Yeah, like, why can't you just talk?
Right. Just talk like a fucking normal person. Like nobody flirts that well in real life.
Yeah.
You fucking
Because they're trying to
Fonzie.
make it like a
What are you,
noir.
Fonzie?
Because it's like noir-esque.
Yeah.
That's
Hey.
why.
Nobody is that clever.
No.
No.
Nobody.
Stupid.
Nobody. Well, I mean, what am I saying?
Shut up.
Yeah. That's a good movie.
It was I had fun. But that I want to go back to that ending scene. I was like, I do miss him, Grandma. I understand why they made such a big fuss about getting rent money so they can get out of the sinking city. If for the last 30 years he was there, he's still in the same building.
Yeah.
Like and nothing flooded. Like that.
Right.
Like did they cure like the planet? Like what happened? Also, I didn't realize like
No,
I
they just drank all of it.
I might be really stupid. Shut up. I might be really stupid, but I couldn't figure out the conflict that the What?
I just came up with a really good insult for you that I saw on the internet the other day.
I couldn't figure out what the conflict was for like the rich people and the poor people. Like at the end when they were rioting, I didn't understand why.
Well, no, because they were rioting. Because the whole like that, and that's another thing the movie does where I'm like, oh, it's like whenever they have like a futuristic world or like an alternate world in the movies, it's always like being like, oh, the rich, like it's like, yeah, we get it. Like that's in every movie.
Well, that's even
rich.
like the Purge movies, is
right?
like that. So,
but the whole I kind of liked how they like. I mean, I guess they tied. I mean, it was simple, but they tied it into. You know, they keep talking about all these barons and stuff like that, and obviously the story ended up tying into the barons and stuff. But I think that was just about them buying all the land and pushing people out. Because what they were doing is they were buying all the dry land and then pushing all the waves back and sending the poor people out.
Like Denmark.
Sure. But I don't know what you're talking about. But
Denmark's doing that.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I don't know if it's like political like that, but they're making more land by pushing the ocean away. It's actually pretty fascinating.
Oh, well, wasn't it? I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know anything about All I know is that yesterday it was windy.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I know like windy politics, like I get that, like, but I don't know what you're trying to say.
Anyway, what do you mean windy politics?
That means that people are like, oh, let me support you, and then they're like, no, but I'm really on your side.
Flip flop.
Yeah, but that's a term for it.
What was I gonna say? I was saying something about the rich. So I think the conflict at the end was just like this rich guy, the son, trying to come up with a way for him to keep his money. Because the whole scheme was that he didn't want to share his inheritance. He wanted all the money for himself. The son, oh my god, the fucking son! I wanted to punch that kid in the face.
He's so creepy looking and just
security. He's harassing my mother.
Yeah. Well, to explain that, the mother just was so heartbroken that she wanted to relive that one memory.
I'm pretty sure
she was just she went crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe she got burned. I liked how that guy got burned literally and figuratively.
Oh yeah.
Cliff Curtis, the actor, the very good actor.
Yeah, that was cool. I really annoyed me though.
What?
When fucking I almost said Logan. When Nick Hugh Jackman.
He looked like Logan at the end.
He did. When Hugh Jackman went in to save Cyrus, I was like, oh, maybe they'll like go out on top and be like, all right, man, what's really going on? And they have like a buddy moment. But no, Cyrus.
I like that. The guy's just like, fuck you.
Yeah, he saved him from drowning, and he was like, fuck you.
But like he saved him because he needed him alive to figure out where she was.
Yeah, no, I know that, but how Cyrus was like, whatever.
Cyrus was like, he wasn't like, hey man, thanks. He was just like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I kind of laughed, like when he was above and he was just sitting there, and I'm like, you're just sitting there in the water, just like, oh.
I was laughing at. Also, that fucking syringe wouldn't survive that fight, dude. That was a nasty fight. You're talking about a little plastic glass syringe would survive in his boot. Get out of here. But anyway,
how about that one scene where he does an Assassin's Creed thing where he like literally goes like this and the needle pops out.
It works. Like,
the needle pops out.
But I didn't, and also the action. I'm like, I kind of like the fight between him and Cyrus. But the first one when the gunfight, I'm like, I don't care about any of this. But that was in the first half, so whatever. But fuck, what was I gonna say? I forget what I was gonna say.
I feel like remember when we were saying like I was saying.
I know what it was. There was one part where I laughed because it was funny. Because you saw him in the beginning. Because you saw him in the beginning going, I'm gonna take you on a journey. Like he's being very calm and stuff. And then when he's with the Cyrus guy, I just thought I don't know why, but it was just so funny. He was going, we're gonna go on a journey. Somewhere you've been before.
Like I thought fucking
he was
Freddy
like,
Krueger
he was like the Dark Knight. Fucking Christian Bale, is that you?
I just laughed.
How does Hugh Jackman make his face go? So good. It's crazy.
Lots of practice. I said I'd recommend people this movie. I feel like I couldn't recommend anyone that wouldn't be slightly interested in this theme because they'd walk out 30 minutes in. I like it is slow, like it is, but the reason why I like it though is not because the mystery is cool, not because the action's cool, but I think and the romance is convincing, but like I'm not that crazy about it, but I think
convincing near the end.
I think the reason why I liked it so much is because Hugh Jackman made me feel something. Like his acting, I feel like saved the movie. I feel like he did a really good job, and he's been one of my favorite actors since I was a child. So like watching him like cry and get angry and be like furious about things, like I was like, you know what, I'm writing this out for you because you're really making this movie. So I don't think I could just give this to somebody and say, hey, watch it, because they'd walk out. but if they gave it a couple seconds, and I think
And if you
Hugh
paid for
Jackman
the
might-
movie, you're not gonna walk.
No,
out.
I meant like if I was in a room with somebody, they'd be like, all right, change it to something
HBO
else.
Max, they change after the first 20 minutes probably. But I would just I'd urge people to go see it because it's an original property, big sort of like big budget movie that relatively big budget movie that you don't really see. It's kind of this cool original thing, even though sometimes.
Would you
it's not
say this
original.
movie's risky in that like
yes,
yeah, right?
$68 million, especially during the pandemic, it's risky. But nobody. Also, can I just James Bond: No Time to Die?
Yeah, which
He's-
we're doing by the way.
That movie they've delayed that movie so many times that they cannot afford to delay it anymore. To break even, the movie needs to make $900 million to not lose money during COVID.
That's awesome.
Sorry, fellas.
That's
Especially during
ridiculous.
COVID. Like I feel like this movie, if this movie wasn't releasing, let's say this movie makes 10 million this weekend.
Okay.
It'd probably make 8 or 5. It probably would have made like a solid 25, 20
You think?
out of like if there wasn't COVID.
Because Free Guy made like 25 million over the
Yeah,
weekend.
that probably would have
Who
made, that probably would have made like 40.
Produced this movie, or who was the production company? Who was
I don't
attached to
remember,
it?
but I think Mike DeLuca produced
All right,
it.
Mike.
Who did,
Mike, listen, buddy. You
he
got to
did-
sponsor screenshots. We're giving you free promotion.
Mike DeLuca did, I think, some of Paul Thomas Anderson's movies too. Am I an idiot? Why do I? Well, somebody DeLuca did his movies. I don't know, but so yeah, I think that if this wasn't COVID, 20, 25 million opening.
So, what's your opinion on what I was saying about Hugh Jackman though? Like, did you get any of that impact like I did? 'Cause
Yeah,
I feel like
I thought it was just like, yeah, he's good, and like I can't, like, it's not something that's new. Like, he's just, yeah, obviously he's good, but I thought like in the first 30 minutes, I'm like, I don't think he's a character at all. Like,
What do
I
you
feel
mean?
like he's just a blank guy named Nick.
okay.
Like at first, it felt like when you're reading like an amateur script and stuff, like
Yeah.
something like I write, and the guy's name is just like, oh, Devin or Nick. Like they just have weird, like it felt like amateurish, especially.
I'm on.
But then later he started to develop and stuff. But
I was on. I'm on Reddit, and they have like subreddits for like screenwriters, and like I never type anything or say anything in there, but I always read people like saying, "Oh, my screenplay just got picked up, and I made this much money. This is what it's about." It's very cool. And the whole time I was watching this movie, I'm like, "Yo, what if like this is like it wasn't?" But like I was saying, like, what if this is like a script from somebody from that Reddit page? Because it looks like it is. It looks like somebody like spent the last X amount of years doing like 5 hours a day when they got home from work to write this, and it's like their magnus opum. 'Cause it looks like something anyone could have written.
it seems at first I was like, this just seems like a discount Christopher Nolan movie. This just felt like somebody who's a huge fan of Christopher Nolan and then got like $60 million to direct a movie.
I could agree with
And
you.
it started to, but then near the end, I mean, obviously, like, everything that I say about the movie, I'm gonna go. But then near the end, it was great.
Which is like a shame though but that's the type of movie it is. It's noir. That at the end it gets so much better. You're like, whoa, that's crazy.
Michael DeLuca.
Michael DeLuca.
Is it the same guy? It's
Oh,
the same
hey,
guy.
by the
Yeah,
way, it's
he
hold
he
on.
did all of Paul Thomas Anderson's movies.
It's halfway through the show. I think Amanda has to
Oh,
take
yeah.
the mystery
Yeah.
We're
shot.
only
I thought
how
you were gonna
far in
forget.
are we?
It says 40, but we started 10 minutes in.
41. What?
Yeah.
So we're only 30 minutes in right now?
Yeah, get the black bag for Amanda. It's right there. Go ahead. Oh, halfway through this show, the person who has the least amount of shots has to pick out a mystery shooter.
I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
forget.
So I'm never the one to do it.
Yeah, because you always get at least 2 shots in there. I don't want the fireball in there.
I don't think there's any fireball left.
There was one, I'm pretty sure.
I think you drank it during Free
I
Guy.
think I was supposed to
What
do
is
that.
that?
Do the shot.
Beer, I've
once.
had this one before.
What is it?
Huh?
What flavor?
Fireball.
Root beer, liquor,
Ooh, cool.
liqueur.
I think
wasn't
I was
that
supposed
great.
to take a shooter once.
Yes,
but
you
Mark-
were, and you
but
fucking
Mark-
didn't.
No,
I
did
forgot.
on your
No, I
tab.
forgot.
No, that's not true. You forgot.
Yeah. You
No,
put
he
it on-
did not. No, he didn't. He ended up taking the shot. I
Did?
remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, because yeah. So no,
Damn
you
it.
forgot to do it that episode while I would have done it.
Yeah, I know. I
'Cause
forgot
I
to
didn't
do
drink
it.
at all.
No,
'Cause
yeah.
remember, it was when Kellett was here. Because Kellett started drinking beers. I'm like, well, if I'm gonna drink, I'll drink a fucking beer. And then I didn't, and I drank a beer, and then didn't get called for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
forgot.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, put those
Amanda.
headphones on
Call
so
me
you
a
realize
fraud.
how quiet you sound.
Huh?
Okay.
Good thing that wasn't a word of mine.
You can't put that anymore.
Yes, you
No,
can.
you can't, dude. I can put for every fucking because I use it just as much as
Smells
the.
good. Do you want to smell it?
I would love to smell this actually.
Wait,
yes.
don't. Okay. You want to smell
It
it?
smells a little like lotion, actually.
smells like root beer.
The after
No,
smell.
no, thanks.
Smell it.
So,
No,
I want to talk about the movie.
And this is why people think it's was it Inception is the flooded city?
No,
What?
no, it wasn't.
And this is like people are like, oh, it's Inception-esque.
But
yes,
what was I gonna say? Oh, I thought it was cool seeing how when he was like rummaging through all these memories. I'm like, I knew he was gonna find something because it's a movie. But I was sitting here, I was like, who would think like that you'd ever actually find any information that you'd want by rummaging through memories that people have nothing for people that have nothing to do with the scenario you're trying to figure out.
right.
But I thought it was cool how they linked it all together. And then remembering that was his job, like in the military, to do that. So he's really good. He's not good at being a human, but he's good at basically being a computer and finding all these people.
I liked how they're like he spends so much time looking at memories. He's not good at like looking at stuff in the real
like
world.
the mother said, this is the man that remembers everyone's memories. I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
a cool title to have in a dystopian world.
Yeah, but then like his default is like he doesn't like figure it out in real life.
But for
Right.
someone
what
that
would his nickname be?
I don't know.
Nick.
Nick.
No, it'd be like the memory bank or
But
something.
ew. But for
Memory
someone
banished.
for someone who's horrible apparently at creating real connections with people, he was really romantic. So I mean, like, I guess he's
you
just
said a
good at
word.
everything. Romantic.
Yes, because you guys said romance over and over and over. It's like fuck. Where's
Give
the
her
rubber
the I almost said wire.
band? The wire.
Rubber band.
Yeah,
You
we
know
need
you know
barbed
why
wire
I
now.
wear a rubber band on my wrist.
Why?
It stopped me from my habit of twisting my hair.
Fuck. Yeah.
What?
Twist my hair
Oh.
like this, and I end up like
Getting your
when I
hair in it?
start, I just do this, right? But then
Go
when
to
I
the
get,
mic. Go to the
but when I get going,
You hear the difference?
yeah, shut up. When I get going though, I'm literally going like ripping it. Like I put it into a knot and go.
Oh, that's really bad.
That's like a really bad habit.
is
Me and my
really
me
bad.
and my sister Chris do that. I think I got it from her somehow.
All right.
Anyway, that has to, you
Anyway.
know why that? But that has to do with the movie Reminiscence.
Oh yeah,
because-
yeah, wow. Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
No, but so I don't know if I have anything to say now. It's almost like.
That's all right. The show's supposed to be an hour and under, so we don't. We can find out where.
Oh
it
yeah,
goes.
wait. You know what? What does water mean? What's it
I
simple?
don't know. It means a lot of things, I guess, depending on how you're.
Because once I saw like obviously because water's in it, but once I realized that they're doing something with water when the sprinklers come on after he gets thrown out of the rich guy's house, I'm like, oh, water symbolizes something.
Well,
here,
I
but
saw
I'm not
this.
Smart enough to
I
figure
saw
it
the
out yet.
sprinkler, and I knew it meant something, but I didn't think about water.
Or like when he
Yeah.
was obviously when they were having sex when he laid down on top of her and the water overflows. It's obviously
Yeah, I was like, what does that mean? 'Cause that's a
emotions
good.
are flowing.
That's a good question.
It annoyed me though how the water sounded. It was like
When I
I'm
saw
like, that's not how water
okay,
sounds.
this is what I thought of when I saw the sprinkler. I thought of time because the sprinkler moved like tick 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 like it was like he was running out of time, and then the whole thing with water is they're running out of time
Yeah.
because it's coming over.
Ah, look
But-
at this guy.
But then I don't know what the glass of water really had to do with. And if it meant time,
Maybe time with her.
if it could be time with her, but if it meant time in any way, I don't know why it would.
Can I just say, if movies could stop doing shots where it's either a shot in a water tank looking up with a light backlighting the character
Oh, like
as
with
they
the piano
fall into
scene?
the water.
Yeah.
You don't like that?
No, hold on, no. Where it's
Get the mic.
there's when they're backlit by this big light in the sky, either like the sun or whatever, when
Yeah.
they fall into water and it goes in like slow motion sort of, or you do it from the side where it's people falling in the water and they're front lit. If they could just stop doing that in movies, because I can name like 5 movies that have done it in the last like few
Yeah,
years.
like the Shape
Why don't
of
you like it,
Water.
Huh?
Shape of Water.
Yeah, Shape of Water did it well. Well, because
Well, they did
they
it good.
started
Yeah, right,
it sort
right.
of.
So like, there's no way around
Right.
it. But then there's like a Cure to Wellness that
Yeah,
had a water scene.
Cure to Wellness.
Jeez, look at
I
Amanda
think,
go.
I think
It's awesome.
Deadpool
This is the
2.
only two I know.
I think Deadpool 2 did it. Yeah, Deadpool 2
Yeah.
did it, I think, with Cape. No.
Why don't you like it though?
No, they did it with in Those Who Wish Me Dead. They did it in they did it in Mute. Duncan Jones's Mute. There's a scene where he lands in the water like that. In Suicide Squad they did it.
However,
in the
I
new
did
one,
like the profile ones, like when she was like reaching to him, or he was even like falling from.
right?
The
Like
other
those shots
guy.
are fine, like underwater shot. But every shot they
Yeah, I
always
don't
do
like
people
that.
falling in the water with the backlit with the light,
Yeah, it's annoying.
or they do it from the side.
But
Every single.
But why don't you like it though?
Because every movie does it. It's like, oh, I have a camera and money. Let me just get a shot.
And you're just like, oh, what
Right,
is it?
it's
How
What
would
is
you?
it?
Okay, if it involves water, how else would you do it though?
I wouldn't shoot it like that.
You just wouldn't have a water
Just
scene?
shoot it from above, and you can't see
I'm
shit.
not always shoot because I haven't thought about it like they did. For the thing is, the reason I'm criticizing it is that they've actually had time to think about it, and they reverted to just using that shot because it looks cool, right?
Yeah.
But if I don't know how I would shoot that because I don't have a scene in mind, I don't know how I would shoot. But I just stopped doing it.
Mm.
See, because when I see it now, I just think about other movies. I'm not thinking about the story.
Mm-hmm.
I guess because you consume so much, like so many movies.
It's a cliche.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a thing that's used a lot.
you consume so many movies that
Like another,
it's
another cliche
becoming
that I
too
can't.
much for you.
Another cliche that I can't fucking stand is when people, when they're having a conversation. It's like usually near the end of the movie or something, and they're having a conversation, and they open the door thinking it's somebody else. Like,
Oh,
ding
yeah.
dong, oh, the pizza guy's here.
Yeah.
And they open the door. They open
Whoa.
the door already saying something about like, okay, so how much do I owe you, like that, and they're looking down, and then they look up and go, oh, it's
Yeah.
the character, the romance, or the friend or whatever. It's always that. Like there's always they go, how much do you need, Charlie? like that thing, you know. Like do it. The Stan
Yeah.
and Laurel was a good movie, but they did it, or Laurel and Hardy they did it, but that was still a good movie. But it just drives me nuts, like cliches like that. Another one is I actually have a list. Hold on,
Oh
keep
my
talking.
gosh,
No.
you maniac!
The one
Keep-
scene
keep
that
talking.
did like catch me by surprise of like the aggressiveness was
Yeah.
when what's his face, the dirty cop, like he threw
Cyrus.
that woman in the
Cyrus.
water. Like he just like stabbed her.
Oh,
just,
yeah.
like,
Fuck, that was
and just, like,
sad. I like that. She's from
rolled her
Westworld.
and just like rolled her in the fucking water.
And also,
then the kid's like, Mom?
he's like, hey, come here, I need help.
What?
You said kid.
Hey, got him.
Where's my pencil?
This
It's
is
in my
actually
hat.
really good. It tasted like root beer. Go
Oh,
figure.
another one. I don't like when people are on their phones in movies. They don't do it in this one, which is good. But I don't like looking at a text in a movie. I'm like, stop doing this.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
Do you know that's one of the
I
first
like when
things?
they show them on the screen.
That's
I
one
like
of
that.
the.
Yeah, those are kind of cool.
That's one of the first things I learned,
Reminds
or
me
the
of
first,
iCarly.
the first critique I had about screenwriting. I didn't include text. The first lesson I learned was like try not to include text if you can try to avoid it.
Text
But
as
I
in-
like putting the text bubbles on the
Oh
screen.
really?
But I disagree with that because the world's changing. Like the world of movies is changing. Like that's just a part of life now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also, but you can also make the argument that a movie's supposed to be a visual medium than just throwing text on the screen to. In
Well,
order
I would change it to a phone call though.
right, exactly. Well, that's why in phone call. That's why in movies, people always win over each other's houses rather than call them
Yeah.
because it's better to look at.
Yeah.
But I have some. Don't have a character say that they're sorry for everything. How many times have you seen? I'm sorry for everything. Every time. When somebody's in like a dream sequence or something, or they're in this thing, and they don't know how to get out of the sequence they made because it's so weird and mysterious.
Yeah.
They've made this dreams, but they don't know how to get out of the scene.
Yeah.
Or like somebody's in the water, right, and they're drowning, and all of a sudden you just see them like that.
Which
And
I
it-
did in this, by
yeah,
the way.
and then it cuts to them waking out of bed going, huh! Like in a dream when they do that too. When they're in a dream and they wake up and go, huh! Stop doing that.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Only a few more. Open the door thinking it's somebody else. 555 numbers.
555 numbers.
An experience. Yeah, when in a movies they always have the number 555 because they don't want to put a real phone number in. Don't have an experienced assassin hold the gun directly to somebody's head like an idiot.
What a fucking more. I hate that shit.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Don't have someone hold a gun to somebody's head and say I'll kill her.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't have
Well,
somebody.
can I just say like the whole like scene with the fish tank and everything,
Yeah.
and what's his face? The guy with the like front mohawk.
Yeah. St. Joe.
Yeah, he was holding him
Daniel
like this.
Lewis.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're gonna shoot your own hand.
That was such
stupid
a
asshole.
like a nothing sequence to me.
I didn't
That
like
was.
it. Yeah,
I
didn't
don't understand
like
why
it.
she didn't shoot the tank sooner.
Yeah, well,
I-
she said she was aiming for someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's
She
like-
wasn't going to.
She was
shoot
aiming
anything.
for St. Joe.
Was she also in love with him?
I don't know.
I don't know. I was
I would
like,
have picked Rebecca
Oh.
Ferguson.
Was that like the
he's
thing?
gonna kiss her at the end. So I was kind of surprised he did.
Nah, I wouldn't.
but-
If he kissed her, I would have been like, that's
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
very
but
good.
stupid.
he would have been like, well, this girl's already dead. So like, what else do I have?
Can I say one more cliche
Yes.
that I have? It's when somebody's investigating something, right? And they go to a person's house and the person goes, you can tell that other cop the same thing
Yeah.
because they're like, wait a minute,
They're relaying
who asked you
information.
who asked you about this? Like, oh, somebody else is in this investigation, that type of thing. Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
I have to look at this when I.
Oh, the thing that I wanted to know is how did that like?
I'm kind of a smart. No, I'm not. I don't.
How
know
did
anything.
that machine or whatever like how is it waterproof?
Which machine?
The thing on their head.
Yeah, it'd have to be, I guess.
Oh yeah, because
it just sends electrodes into your brain.
Yeah, but
It just shoots. It's like
because he's like directly in water, and I'm like, all right.
it's just put it. It's
Well,
just
it's probably made for it.
because the electronics are on the outside, and that's just
that's
metal conducting
Right.
it into your head.
It's not like there's metal sparks. There's like it's all metal wires.
It's
the
electric
Sparks.
chair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, if they had like sparks and shit coming out in the water, like, dude, there was oh shit, what was I gonna say? I liked how the head the thing that you put in your head. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. How when you put it on your head, the tendrils or whatever, the little things, they go like this as they spread out over your head.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
It was like if you put it on your head, right? It goes like.
Yeah, it spreads out.
Oh.
It was really cool. I like that. I like the design of that. There was some, yeah.
Why do you think they had to get practically naked when they went into that thing? Because
I
the guy at the end was
water.
wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman got jacked for it. I guess he became a huge.
No, it's
he
because
became a huge jacked man for
Shut
the
up.
movie.
they
so,
literally just wanted the woman. They wanted her to get naked. That's literally
Yeah,
the
but
whole
the-
point of
okay,
it.
but there
because
was no
the other-
nudity though.
No, but the other woman, because she was being seductive and stuff. Like the other woman had a fucking tube top on when she went in.
yeah.
Yeah, and the guy he kidnapped.
Well, she wanted to, but she was trying to seduce him.
Right. That's what I was saying. Like,
Also,
and plus
like,
she had a
dude,
dress on, so like,
She's walking in. Like, I've lost my key. I've lost me bloody key. And I need somebody to find them.
Ew.
That's how they were doing the whisper shit. Hey,
No, she didn't.
We'll get you dressed up. Boobs.
Uh,
And she's like, "Oh, it's not.
What
like
was
you're
this
not gonna
rated?
See it
Is
anyway.
this R?
PG-13.
No,
You're
it's
13?
PG-13, yeah.
Yeah. Do they say fuck in it? Because they get one fuck.
I can't
No,
remember.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't know. But it was
If,
I thought-
if Rebecca Ferguson left me, I'd be pretty upset too.
yeah.
Well, she literally like left and then killed herself. 'Cause
Yeah,
of
well,
that guy.
I was surprised they didn't bring her back
Me
because she
too.
died in such a convoluted way. Like when she jumps off, they never show her body or have a
Yeah.
thud. And when you look,
What's water?
there's water
Mm-hmm.
on the lighting. There's water coming off the other end of the wall. So there's obviously she jumped into water.
Yeah,
So I'm
Yeah,
like,
but
wait a minute, did
she
she survive?
overdosed. She overdosed.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're
But it
right.
doesn't happen
Forgot
that
about
quickly.
But still, it was like it's like in movies where people get shot in the when they get shot in the neck. I'm like, oh, they're not dead.
You know what
Yeah.
happened in real life though?
But
Some guy, I don't know if it was, I don't know if he got mugged, robbed, or he had a malfunction with a chainsaw, but it was real life. This guy's entire throat got cut open, and he survived by holding it closed and driving to the hospital.
well, yeah.
That's crazy.
Because
That's ridiculous.
you got to think like hockey players, they get their throats slit all the time,
You
basically.
know, I
They
don't
just
want to talk about this
superglue it.
anymore. It's fucking,
They
fucking
superglue it.
Please, let's stop.
Okay, anyway.
yeah,
Drinks.
I don't think they're sharp enough. I think
What?
that the ice skates aren't that sharp.
Yes,
No,
they
they're
are.
not.
There's
Are
a
they?
video. Look it up. I forgot his name. It was in the
Jeez.
70s. Dude, just look it up.
Are you talking about the clip from Blades of Glory?
No.
Or
What are you fucking?
No.
when he
It's
cuts
from
her
the s-
head off?
No, it's from
Alright.
the 70s. I swear to God. I forgot the name. I'll find it, though, after this.
Oh god.
I like in
I'll
Blades
show
of
you.
Glory when he shaves his
Get the-
beard. He
I'll show
shaves
you.
the beard.
Was there
Well,
any
I feel
more,
like
like,
this mic isn't as close as.
Was there any more, like,
How have we
sim-
done 14 episodes and you're still having mic
Dude,
trouble?
Fuck you! You're always like, oh, look at Johnny talking to the mic when it's not on
No,
or whatever.
next time you just gotta be
What?
like,
You put a new mic.
am I
You
close
put a new
enough?
mic in front of my face, and you're like, "Oh, this fucking idiot doesn't know what a mic is, son of a bitch."
Anyway, there was something I was gonna say, but I forgot what it was.
Oh, good, great.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think that's pretty cool. Let's do. Let's
Ah,
just move on. Let's go to.
Oh wait, hold on, keep talking
was
so I
gonna
can get
ask
a
another
movie.
question.
To recommend.
Oh my god, you fucking stupid.
I was going to ask another question.
Oh, go ahead.
Ask
Ask a
her-
question.
ask
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
question.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I just watched the video
Okay.
of the hockey player.
Ask the question.
No, I was gonna say, was there any more like symbolism
the
besides the water? Was there any like other symbolism? Because I didn't really catch anything else.
Although I liked the noir vibe, I don't think they used it as best as they could with like visuals. 'Cause noir is supposed to be like very shadowy and like, oh my gosh,
Kind of
so
was though. They
mysterious.
were like
I
for the
didn't catch
whole
on it. Pick
like
up
the
on it.
first half of the movie, they're all backlit the whole time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of silhouettes and shit,
No, but I'm saying like symbolism as in like foreshadowing or
Maybe.
huh?
like water.
Maybe.
besides water, that's really it, right?
Oh, there's probably some that went over our heads.
Because I was looking for more and I was just like, I don't really see anything.
That's the thing when you like write a movie, and like you put so much of your heart into it, and like 90% of the people that watch it aren't gonna pick up on
Yeah, they don't
half
get
or
it.
any of the things that you hid in there.
Well, that's the whole point about making like you.
You make it for filmmakers.
Well, no,
Like,
no,
kind
no,
of.
no, no. Well, you make it for audiences, but you make it so
Yeah.
that they get the necessities the first time, and then the second time they understand more about it, and then the third time understand more.
Yeah. What were you saying about the title? It's different, like a title. It's titled.
No, I saw
different?
somewhere it was also known as the Jade Earrings.
Ding 'em.
You can't fucking do that.
Yes, you can.
What the fuck? That's such bullshit.
You've done this in the past.
Yeah, you've
though.
literally
done
done
this.
this every
you-
time.
Hey, what's that word? What when they say it's not? It's like.
But
the word for the stuff when
Look
you
at him trying to
the-
come up with
the
something.
stuff when
Look
you
at him
go
trying to
through.
come up
No,
with
no, no.
something.
The stuff where you remember it. What are
does
those
this every
things that you?
time.
What are those things that you
not
remember
gonna
called?
say it,
What are
'cause you
those
probably
called? The
actually
word
wrote it
already
down.
was said.
That's
It's
so
memory. But it's like,
Uh,
oh, what was that word? What's the word for things you remember?
Uh,
Memories. Oh, get it. You can't fucking do that, you bitch. Fuck
did it
you.
last time.
You've done it before.
Yeah,
in
you've
the
done it
past.
many a
definitely
times.
done it so much. I don't like when it's done to me. That's
yeah,
the thing.
exactly.
Uh,
No, but
rules for thee, but
seriously,
not
now
for
that it
me.
was like, what was it in China? You said
Dude, take a shot, motherfucker.
No. What happened was this isn't really
what
worth
had
mentioning.
happened was.
But what happened? I thought it was like a
For
quiz.
it.
Okay, I thought it was like a quiz. Like, what's this movie called in India?
Oh.
So I put the Jade Earrings because I saw it was an alternate title. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe it's for India. And then it's like, oh, thank you for contributing. Like, thanks for certifying this. And I'm like, no, that's not like.
Oh,
That's
that's
IMDb.
actually funny.
No, I thought that I really did though want to know if there's an alternate title because there often are,
Yeah,
which is weird to me.
the
Why did
working
they do that?
title, the production title for Paul Thomas Anderson's new movie is called Soggy Bottom.
Oh.
But I
why
don't-
do they do that? Like, why do different countries name it differently?
Because that
'Cause-
doesn't translate correctly. Like, okay,
Oh.
one
Yeah.
symbol.
Oh,
If you look at Chinese writing, one symbol is an entire like
like phrase.
emotion, like an
Yeah, or
entire
emotion,
like
yeah.
Or
sentence.
like for Captain America, the First Avenger, it was
Mhm.
called the Captain America, the First Avenger in America, but in England it was just called the First Avenger because who fucking England gives a shit about Captain America?
That's
Mm.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Um,
God, must be so infuriating being in England and going to see a Captain America movie.
hey, but what if they make a Captain Britain movie? People in America
Captain
would see
Britain.
that. Captain Britain's real.
Is it really?
He was
Yeah.
actually foreshadowed in the MCU. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, movie recommendation.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Let me see. Reminiscence. Oh, how about that? Oh no, Noir. Lady from Shanghai. Orson Welles. I'm gonna guess it was 1947. Let me see.
Oh, I think I have a noir too. I have to make sure it's noir though.
The Lady from
Oh,
Shanghai.
you're gonna recommend one too?
Yeah.
You're gonna hijack Johnny's what's it
Yeah.
called?
I was right. 1947. I'm a goddamn magician. I'm a fucking magician. Orson Welles directed it. Rita Hayworth, Orson Welles. It's about fascinated by gorgeous Mrs. Bannister.
What?
Are you all right?
What's wrong?
Nick Bannister.
Oh, no way.
Mrs. Bannister. Seaman Michael O'Hara joins a bizarre yachting cruise and ends up mired in a complex murder plot.
Oh man, it's not noir. Never mind.
So, but this is like this influenced movies like The Master and a lot of noir movies. But The Master's not noir. That just influenced it because of yachting and boats and stuff like that. There's a lot of boat scenes in that movie. But also the first shot of The Master, Paul Thomas in The Master 2012, is the first shot of it is a little homage to this movie where they track the shot of the
city?
foam. The foam. No, in The Master.
Oh.
They track the shot of the foam in the water of the trail of the boat.
Oh, you're right. Gotcha.
Can I
big shot of
still
Master.
recommend this even though it's not noir?
Yeah, do what you want.
It's from 1944. It's called Arsenic and Old Lace.
It's a great movie.
It is. It's really good.
Frank Capra directed that.
Yeah, it's really good. So, I guess a long time since I watched it, but basically, this guy falls for this lady, and they get married or they tend to or get married, whatever you want to call it, in the 40s on Halloween, and then she realizes that like his family's crazier than like she could ever imagine.
And there's I think his dad, no, his uncle, thinks that he's Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, yeah.
So they have to keep calling
that
Mr.
sounds
That's
familiar.
It's
Yeah.
it was I think it was based it was based off a play.
Yeah, I saw this years ago, but it's like a comedy horror. That's what it's
Cary
put
Grant,
down as. But
Priscilla
it's
Lane.
great. Like I
Great.
loved it.
It's a great movie.
All right, let's reveal the words that we said and the words that we didn't say. Johnny, you're up.
All right. Wait, is there anything I didn't say about the movie? Climax, he talks to them to the machine that was power. That was good. Typical story.
Did you say Pacino's?
It sounds like you're in the other side of the room.
Second half is what we went first. Anyway. Cool world. All right, no, I got everything. Yep.
Okay.
My words were hue, machine, past, memory, liked.
Hugh.
Hugh Jackman.
Jackman.
Oh, I think I meant like the color hue. I was like, what the
No.
Or both. I can just say whatever. I want.
Mine, all of them were, well, the ones that were said were Jay Deering, memory, and romantic, and then the ones that weren't said was headset and drug dealer.
Headset.
The fucking thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think we
You
did
almost
say that.
said it.
What
You
did I
said
say?
head thingy, and I was like,
The
damn
head
it.
thing.
My
Haha, my lack of vocabulary is you're on it.
my words that were said is romance, kid, and water. The words that weren't said are past and burn. You said burned, like past tense.
You could have got me for that. I
No.
get you for Spider-Man, for Spider.
You know, you are a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
I should
are.
be more mean to you.
More assertive.
Oh, did you guys watch any of the What Ifs?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I thought we did. I don't know. I haven't watched the first.
I feel like
the first one was fine. I haven't watched. I haven't watched the T'Challa Star-Lord.
I
You
feel
should
like
just throw up.
I feel like if we caught that a little bit sooner, we could have done a screenshots episode on it. But
No, I was gonna
too
say
much
like
is
when
going
we
on.
do it, but I'm like I don't really.
It's
care.
too much. Yeah. That anything else?
Can I tell you a story? I saw my uncle the other day,
Okay.
and his my uncle Basil, his memory is not too good. You know.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna say this.
Okay. Guys, if you want to know Johnny's story, go ahead and message him on Instagram. No, don't do that. Please don't do that. Thanks for
I can't
watching.
wait for 2 people to message me. on Instagram.
Thanks
I
for
know,
watching.
so
It's gonna be Danny and Danny. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. We're doing I think it's Shang-Chi.
Should
next
I
episode.
should I just say the story and then you can just edit it out?
Why would I
you do
edit
that?
it
Yeah,
out?
why would you even say it if he's gonna edit it out?
Huh?
Why would I edit it
Because
out?
then if they want it, you can just put it as a video.
Do whatever you want.
You look like you're not a part
You
of
get
this.
it. You
Can
got
I
to fix
see?
from the worst side. Get it from
Let me
this
see, let me
side.
see, let me see.
No, guys, we're just reminiscing. Guys, thank you for watching. We will catch you on the next one for
I'll get a better
Shang-Chi. We got a lot of good stuff coming up for
Wait, we're still going?
yeah, we got a lot of good stuff coming up. I'm really excited for the movies coming for the next couple of months.
Hey, how about
That's
this?
it. We'll see you on the next one. What?
Wait, how about this?
What?
Nah, never mind.
Bye.